London Real, sponsored by Bulletproof Coffee.
One thing that stuck out in my mind was that your first computer was a Commodore Vic 20.
Yeah.
Is that true? That of all,
that is true. I mean, I started coding at age 8, so I started coding on a Vic 20.
That dates you a little bit.
It does, doesn't it?
the Vic 20.
I mean, I'm old school. I coded on computers when you actually had to know them inside out to get anything done. But I think that gives you a bit of an advantage. I mean, if I were to start today, I would be so cuddled in by all of these environments that wanted to help me to start a code. In order to get anything done on those 8-bit old school machines, you had to know them inside out, and you actually had to get down to the metal to get even some scrolling text.
Right, and the drive was an audio tape drive, wasn't it?
The first one was, yeah. You could buy a disk drive for the same price as the whole computer.
My first computer was an Apple II Plus with the double floppy disk drives with the green screen. My daughter,
look at that.
Yeah, my daughter the other day, she uses an iPad, and I said, this was my first Apple computer. And I showed her a picture on Google Images, of course. And you know what she said? She said, ew.
Well, I can see kids of today saying, that's not a computer. This is a computer, like Crocodile Dundee style.
Yeah, that's a knife. Yeah. So it was a big box. My screen was literally green. There were two choices on the screen, green and black. And but I showed her some of the video games I used to play, probably the same ones you used to play. These old school crazy.
Yep.
Required a lot of imagination.
Yep. And you had 3.5 kilobytes of RAM to play with. So you couldn't fit a lot in there, could you?
No, but they were fun. They were still really fun and better than anything that was offered in, say, the arcade at the time, because there was adventure games and lots of
Right,
things.
and it was groundbreaking. I mean, even at age 8, I was absolutely thrilled by how this machine would respond to my wishes. I would press buttons and it would do exactly what I told it to do. So as I started going through my teenage years, I realized that, you know what, they may think I'm a geek and nerd now, but this is really going to change society, and obviously it did.
Right, and the sky was the limit with those computers, because unlike an Atari, or you couldn't really code an Atari, could you? But with the VIC 20, you could really go anywhere with it. But most people would find it too complicated to even jump in.
They might, but I mean, if I'm talking to people from that time, and I mention like the RQ vector of 0314, 0315, a lot of people will go very nostalgic. Okay. If I'm talking about hardware wired registers like D020, they'll remember all the tricks they'd pull on the screen and stuff.
Okay, so it's a good way to you to bond with those old school
Absolutely.
guys. Okay.